Hello, curling fans, and welcome back. It's the final game of the weekend here at the Bell Alliance Center in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. It is the Tier 2 women's final between Sayaka Yoshimura and Christina Black. John Cullen alongside three-time world champion Brent Lang for this one. And Brent, we saw a phenomenal Tier 2 game this morning between Ryland Kleider and Magnus Romsfjell. And this game, I would assume, will be much of the same here as these two teams fighting desperately to find their way back into the Tier 1 slams.
Yeah, some big shoes to fill. I mean, I said earlier, hope's not a strategy, but I hope it's a similar game because that was pretty fun to watch, exciting to call right from start to finish. So obviously these are the two best teams. That's how you get to the final. You run the two best teams in a week, and different paths to the final as always. No two paths are alike, even if they are both through C, B, or A. It doesn't really matter. You get there how you get there, and we've got a game on our hands. Big stakes on the line, same as the previous game. So interested to see how these teams handle it.
Yeah, it might have been a little bit of a surprise to see Christina Black here, one of the lowest ranked teams in the field, the world number 33, compared to Yoshimura, who's ranked 20th. So this morning we saw Kleider and Romsfjell right beside each other. Often, but we did talk about this in the morning game, Brent. For those of you who maybe didn't join us, the Tier 2 event takes place on a separate ice pad. The McLaughlin Arena here at the Bell Alliance Center has two ice pads. So the Tier 1 taking place over here in the sort of larger ice pad space. It's actually the home rink of the University of PEI Panthers. And beside was where the Tier 2 was taking place. And so what they do is once the Tier 2 is completed, they bring the Tier 2 final over to the Tier 1 rink, so they get to enjoy the fans. And in Kleider and Romsfjell's case, got to enjoy a couple ends on Sportsnet. Got the full 8th and 9th ends of their game covered. But yeah, we didn't really see Kleider and Romsfjell take too much time to try to get accustomed to the ice, but maybe that's what we're seeing here from Yoshimura and Black.
Yeah, I think it does make some sense. It's hard to fault them. New ice to them, new rocks, the whole 9 yards. I wonder if they got some information from the Team Ramsfell and Team Kleider, having just played on the ice. And again, that's where some of your connections, as in regular life, connections count. Who do you know? And just some rock information would be just nice to have an idea in case there is a bad one. And unfortunately for them, we do know that there is some questions about, especially the Yellowstones. But I think if I can make up the rules anyway, but yeah, I think they got choice from two sheets. So I think the Tier 1 gets kind of choice from C and D, and then the Tier 2 gets choice from A and B. So even if all they knew was there's some bad ones on A, they could say, well, we'll just take all the ones off B and, take our chances.
Yeah, and certainly for Sayaka Yoshimura, a team that has actually spent quite a bit of time in the Tier 1 before. As we said, they're ranked 20th in the world, and probably winning this final not only will get them the berth into the WFG Masters, but it may actually get them into the Canadian Open in Nisku. That cutoff happens this week, so I think if you win this, you stack up some points, you may actually find yourself in the next slam. And for Christina Black, this is sort of the classic thing that Tier 2 is supposed to do. They're ranked number 33 in the world. Without winning this game, the chances are pretty low that they would find themselves into another slam this year. So this is really a huge game for them to get that berth at the WFG Masters in January.
That's a good point, John. This is their only shot at the year. And I know, like many actually maritime teams that don't travel a ton, play a little bit locally, play in their play downs, and really base their whole curling plans around the Scotties in this case, or the Brier in some cases. And that's a choice that they can make in certain places. Other provinces, it's a more difficult choice to make. because to get there, there's just deeper fields. But Christina made a great run at the Scotties. We were just talking, you said 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah. Knocked out Rachel Holman.
She did. Rachel missed a double, and so made it all the way to the semifinals at a Canadian Championship. So they are in the tier 2, but they're no rookies in this game. We'll say that. It's not the 22-year-old fresh-faced people just out of university, trying to cut their teeth. They've been around the game, both of these teams. So
yeah, no question. And I think for Christina, one thing I really like that they did, they added Jill Brothers this offseason. So they've been playing with Heather Smith the last few seasons and decided that they actually lost to Jill Brothers in the Nova Scotia Scotties final last year. So when you think about combining sort of the two top teams in Nova Scotia, and Christina's been knocking on the door, like you said, at the Scotties anyway. I like this move for them. Jill's a former Canadian junior champion and world junior silver medalist. She's been to the Scotties 7 times, has tons of experience. So, maybe that's already paying off. This is only their second event of the year, probably their biggest event of the year, and they've made it to the finals.
Yeah, impressive stuff, no doubt. So we're going to see corner guard peel, until we see a miss, and then everything changes.
That's usually how it goes. Yeah, we see Team Yoshimura starting with the hammer by virtue of having a better finish. They qualified out of the B event, and Christina Black qualified out of the C, so that's good enough for them to get the hammer in this one.
Even on these open ends, there's stuff to be learned. Obviously, you're mapping the ice and such, but that corner guard sliding in, if they just kept getting to throw corner guards and Team Black peeled them off, Team Yoshimura would get to throw a whole bunch of draw shots essentially, and Team Black would have to keep throwing hits, so a little bit of an advantage early to Yoshimura getting that field, but sliding to the rings and Jill being able to hit and roll into the middle, now just throwing hits, and we got a couple of minutes to fill.
Yeah, exactly. I lied. Yoshimura came through the A. They
even better.
They beat their country mate Tabata in the opening game before beating Corinne Brown and then Kayla Skurlik. And for Christina Black, it was quite the adventure to find her way through the triple knockout event. She beat Ikue Kitazawa in their first game, but then lost to Serena Gray Withers in the A semi. That dropped them down to the B semi, where they lost to Ashley Teveno. That dropped them down to the C semi, where they beat Jolene Campbell and then got revenge on Serena Gray Withers, beating her in the C final. And then just squeaked by, Kayla McMillan needed a steal of 3 in the 8th end of the quarterfinals of the women's playoffs. And then they were victorious over Sungyun Ha last night. So that's how they found themselves in this final here.
Sorry, I thought you said a steal of 3.
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
Yeah, that is what I said. Yeah.
That is action. That's
action, baby. Yep. Steal of 3. You're never safe at the slams.
Up 2 with a steal of 3. That's going to require a debrief. Probably just a couple of missed shots would be my guess.
Yeah.
Unlikely that was strategy problems, but maybe a call on one shot late. Sometimes it's hard to take your medicine when you get into a situation you don't feel like you should be in, and maybe you take on a shot you shouldn't.
Especially when you're up 2 with hammer, right? Yeah, I think you just go into that end thinking, well,
cruise control.
Cruise
right?
control.
Yeah.
And with the 5 rock rule, things can get hairy in a hurry. And we've seen that all week long. Teams have made shots to get themselves out of it, but it's not hard to score a 3 or 4 now with the 5 rock rule.
But it's because it was all cross, and then we worn in the line.
Another hit and stay. Broken record. Some people talk about the no blank rule. I'm surprised we haven't tried it.
Yeah, you got it.
Tell me about it, John. What do you think?
Well, so I think the thing is, how do you do it, right? Because I think when I wrote about this in a newsletter online, but if you alternate hammer, I actually think the game gets more defensive. Because if you know that your opponent has to draw for 1 at the end, if you don't have the hammer, are you just not doing everything you can to make sure your opponent's only drawing for 1? I think you're playing defensive all the time. Unless you're down in the game, you're almost encouraged to play defensively without the hammer. So I think alternating the hammer is not a great idea.
Alternating, I think, is. Do you mean like 1, 3, 5, 7?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't talked about that one.
Okay, how do you
just-
think it would work?
It's just like mixed doubles. You can't blank or you lose the hammer.
Okay.
And it's the same
So that's
question.
kind of the same thing, yeah.
But with the 5 rock rule, if I have the hammer and you want to play defensive, you don't really get to choose. Do you?
I think I do.
You're going to give me a deuce a lot.
You think so?
I think we'll try that. We'll play one-on-one.
Okay.
But yeah, I think so. Just because
Well, you'll beat me one-on-one, so that's not really a good test. That's not really
We'll
a good
play
test
both
of
sides.
anything. Okay, good.
Yeah, no, and that is the question. Until we try it, I don't know. I'd love to see it played out.
Well, we'll pick up this conversation after the break. Blank goes up on the board for Yoshimura.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And is the choice of champions.
It's tough.
Anna?
Yeah. Just being mindful that.
Unnecessarily.
Okay. Okay.
So a very simple blank end. We haven't seen too many of those this week, but Christina Black throwing one in the house, Sayaka Yoshimura hitting it, and both teams seem pretty content to take the blank there. Maybe we'll see a little bit more action here in end number 2, Brent, and we can pick up our conversation about blank ends if you want. So you think I can't force you to one that often?
Well, I don't know. I think I'd like to see it played out because with the 5 rock, and I agree with you, the team without hammer is going to play defensive. And then you're going to see the team with hammer probably throw a corner guard or 2 every end.
Yeah, but don't you just chip those into the house?
Yeah, well, you could add a no chip rule.
You'd have to add the no chip. That to me is that's the thing, right? I think if you're the team without hammer, you throw the first one on the button, they throw a corner guard, you chip it into the house.
And then I
and
guard
over.
it, and you still can't hit it. And I'd like to see it played out
For sure.
But I don't like blank ends. But here we go. We got a center guard.
We got a center guard, baby. We got action.
And a corner guard coming.
Whew. Let's go.
Wanted to take a.
Yeah, they needed a first end. They wanted to chill out. We love it.
Because we did try a different rule years ago. I think we talked about it off air. The Moncton rule.
Yep.
Sorry to bring up Moncton again, but
Oh no, that's okay.
and it was basically that the leads couldn't take out. So teams, you throw the first one in, and then you throw a freeze and a bump back, and then you blow it all up, and it's like, well, this didn't really work.
That didn't work at
Anybody's
all, yeah.
Throwing any guards, and so it kind of had the reverse effect, and that's what I think your point is, and I'd be worried about that too. So I'd just like to see.
I just think we're so far ahead on strategy now that, we figured out the 4 rock rule. I think we haven't figured out the 5 rock rule yet. Like, I think we're getting the desired result. When I say figure out, I mean make it so that it's boring.
Yeah.
I think it's always exciting. Even most of the time, the blanks are pretty exciting. So I don't mind that. I don't mind that part of it. But I just think if we go to alternating hammers, I do think, and this is a nice draw around here from Carly Everest, but I do think we figure it out. I think the top curlers are too good. They figure out a way to exploit that and make the game kind of boring. That's just my feel. I also think what an advantage. You win the draw to the button, you probably pick 2, 4, 6, 8, and you got the hammer in the last end when the game starts.
Yeah, and I don't know
crazy.
why I don't like that idea because I don't want to take steals out of steal and then you get the hammer. Because it is possible.
Yeah, that would be the way it goes,
yeah,
right?
That's aggressive to me, but
yeah. So I don't think that's the way they would do it. I'm just saying, I think you'd have to massage the rule here. A big sweep from the Yoshimura team. They do get by that center guard now that they have enough to push it out of the house. No problem. Yes, they do. Very nice shot there from Anna Omiya. Not gonna lie, Brent. Like the Yoshimura unis.
they do look nice, eh?
Yeah, I like the blue-pink combo here. I like the collar. Collar's a little underutilized in curling, I feel like.
I would concur with you there. I think that, They're
like
different.
a different colored collar, I should say. And that one just sneaks by for Marley Powers.
Marley's not the regular player you were saying on this
Yeah,
team?
Jen Baxter, normally the second. I think a lot of people would be familiar with her. She's played with Christina for quite a while, but she's out this week, so Marley is filling in. And you know Marley a little bit from the mixed doubles tour. Plays with Luke Saunders. I believe we'll see them in the mixed doubles trials, or they're certainly in the picture anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if they're in yet, but they do play a lot and they play well. I think we've played them. Well, we played them at least once in Oakville last year, and good players. And Luke's one of the nicest guys you'll meet. I hear he's a tennis stud too.
I believe it. So nice shot there. Just a slight overroll for Kaho Onodera.
But that's going to open up the corner guards. Unless Marley can roll this back towards the forefoot. If they nose here, it'll be a chance to come around straight around the corner guard, I think. It would be a possibility. I don't know if they'll do it. I would. Trying to curl to even get this one to hit it, I think.
Ooh. Unfortunate miss there for Marley Powers. So with the hammer here, things looking very nice all of a sudden for Yoshimura.
Going to go around the corner, hey?
Looks like it.
I would consider going around the center, even open side on the other side. Getting these close together, but this is the best shot if you put this full buried top 8. You're going to really like it. I definitely don't speak Japanese.
No, I'm not even close. This one's got to hit the house. Just slides in. I think that's a pretty good spot for that. The only thing, is you got a bit of an overlap here. You could make a hit and roll if you're Joe Brothers.
Very straight, just a 10. This won't look great because your instincts tell you that the wide ones usually curl early in a game, and she's telling her it doesn't, and bring down the weight. Usually I want to throw these harder and tighter.
Yeah, no kidding.
But that's not going to work. At least they have seen it, so asking for this one to curl too.
It's pretty good. They don't get fully buried underneath though.
Shot rock, make them chase out wide here.
For sure.
They knows this, there's probably a double, but let's see if Team Black wants to risk hitting the guard.
So a little hit and flop here for Yuna Kotani.
And I don't know anything about what the Japanese teams ever say, but they do seem like they communicate very well and often. There's a lot being said.
Success. Pretty good. Yeah, they're lying 2. Hit and roll still there for Joe Brothers.
I'm going to roll right behind the one in the 12-foot because it's half buried, so they won't be able to really promote it and make that little short run back. If you roll halfway here just behind the guard, you're asking for trouble. There'll be a hit and roll, kind of stuff it behind the corner and roll behind the center.
They're trying to get that roll here. That's really good from Jill Brothers. Rolls to almost a perfect spot, I think. I don't know. Can Yoshimura see it? I don't think so.
I should see about half, so I think that is the perfect spot.
Really good. And as you can hear Black saying exactly to your point, Brent, straighter than they were kind of thinking out there. Yeah, that's rolled to a really good spot for Jill Brothers.
Yoshimura calling the run. No.
Split, I think.
Okay. I could buy into that. I liked her call run in the corner guard. You could have run into the top red and lie 2, but that's obviously really difficult. But so is this. And I don't see you getting either one of yours buried necessarily. So split it, open up the back one, and hope that Team Black, when they hit and lie 2, they leave you a double, or hopefully you get a mistake. I guess first you hope that you don't hope they hurt themselves, but you hope they fall, so they miss, but that's always the first hope.
Yeah. Never happened to me too often.
No, I don't know if I ever saw it, after about 15 years old.
Yep.
was over curling, I think. Oh, no, it's perfect.
Oh, wow.
Didn't quite open up the yellow one as much as they wanted, but
Yeah, I think it rolled open too, or at least half open. Christina can certainly get to it. The only time I can remember a fall happening was BC zones, and had to use a rarely used rule as well. We were playing Ken Watson, who you probably remember, BC veteran guy.
yeah.
It's around for a long time, and he threw a shot, and he was watching his shot, and he threw with a stabilizer, so he didn't have a broom kind of on the ice for support. He's watching his shot, kind of sliding along behind it. Lost the wheel, hit his back of his head on the ice, cut himself open, and he was fine. But in the moment, couldn't throw his last one, so they had to have the lead throw the last rock, which was his son, Kelly Watson, at the time. And that's really the only time I can remember where I had an actual fall that impacted the game.
Right. Nice.
Yeah. So first stone here for Christina Black.
Trying to roll right to the top of the button.
Yeah.
It's turned into a steal chance awfully quickly.
Yeah, they're not throwing a ton of weight here. You got to be able to move this one far enough. This looks like it's coming down almost a back line. You got to get by the center guard. It does. Now, will it move the red far enough? Yes, it does. So
Just enough.
just enough. Yeah, it looked like we saw that a little bit with Team Kleider earlier too. Brent? They favor the lighter weight, but on this ice, it curls a little early and it takes a lot of that weight off.
Yeah, I wonder if the striking bands are the pieces of the rock, the section of the rock that actually make contact with each other, and different sizes of striking bands leads to different kind of bounce, how active they are, how lively, as we would say. So maybe over at the tier 2, they're a little more lively. She's taking on the double here. That one full side 4 is a little dangerous to leave there, and the center guard too. So
this is, oh baby,
it's possible, but
we got action,
right?
We got action.
We do.
I love this.
I mean,
You do see this out of the Japanese teams, though. They are fearless. They train every shot, and I love the aggressiveness here from Sayaka Yoshimura. Obviously, if you make this, you're probably almost certainly scoring 2, but if you don't, it's a potential steal opportunity for Christina Black. So big shot here for the skip from Sapporo. On it right out of the hand. Got to hit this one pretty thin. They're by. Now, do they hit it thin enough? Holy moly.
I would
make it for fun.
Yeah, I would have played that too. There's Luke.
Oh my goodness. What a shot from Sayaka Yoshimura. Have another look at that one. Made it for fun, Brent.
Just easy. Just like a nice, firm, normal weight.
Yeah. Phenomenal sweep from Ana Omiya and Bailey too. And not really a great way for Christina Black to
spun to a great shot.
Yeah, spun to a great spot. I think you're just pretty much hitting and saying, all right, you made a great shot, take your 2.
Yeah, spun way away from that center guard, which is Christina's savior here. And I guess she could try and throw this. Doesn't look like she's trying to throw it very hard. If you're trying to make the roll, you're probably going to throw like firm or even peel to keep that roll flatter. And it's like a 6-foot roll. They're talking about the roll, though.
Yeah, I agree with you. With the ice they're taking,
it's going to roll way back 8 if it's buried. Back 12 even almost.
So final stone, Christina Black. Marley Powers leaning on this out of the hand. They're trying for any roll they can get. And they do roll to shot.
Oh, sneaky good.
Yeah.
Good sweeping.
I mean, that's way better than nose. It stayed for shot and no room for error on the hit and roll on the one side, lots on the other. But if we're making quarter rock doubles in the second round, we got to be close on this.
Baby, their first game on this ice pad.
Maybe doing some scouting.
I'll say. That was absolutely gorgeous.
Maybe called their country kin there. Maybe talk to Fujisawa and got a little scouting report. Who knows? A lot of these other countries, Canada's dragging our feet at operating more like a full program and helping each other out because we've spent our whole lives trying to beat each other.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Not that the other countries don't, but there seems to be a little bit more team idea, but it sounds good, I think. Should finish plenty.
Yeah, just need to make sure you're on the nose or a little inside here, and it will hang on. Great sweep from Onodera, and it was a daring double. Yoshimura made it. They lead 2-0.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Just feeling it. 入れないね for now. は13秒台かな。後半とか3後半。ちょっと足すね。Striking bands are so tiny. Yeah.
キープキープだよ。あとキープしてるよ。6。速そう速そう。13.4。
Welcome back to the HearingLife Tour Challenge Tier 2 final. Off to a hot start here. One fantastic shot from Sayaka Yoshimura. The quarter rock slip double to set up a deuce when it looked surely like she was forced. And at that point, if you're Team Christina Black, you tip the hat and say, it doesn't really matter what you do in this game. If you run into a skip that's going to do that, you're going to give up a couple of points, and that's where we sit 2-0 after 2 ends. And I'm Brent Lang, and John Cullen leading the ship, and I try not to force him into the ditch as we cover some fantastic curling so far.
We've gotten, I think we've gotten close to the ditch a few times. Our Dragula has almost found its way. We've been digging the ditches, burning the britches, but we've managed to avoid it. We've managed to stay out of the ditch, I think, for the most part.
I think so.
And yeah, it's been a great week here, bringing you all the action thanks to the Grand Slam of Curling and Home Team Live.
Yeah, the same. 12? Yeah. Good. I felt big.
And we'll see which of these teams will be joining us later in the season at the WFG Masters. That's what's on the line here. Not, as you mentioned earlier today, Brent, not just a berth into that event, but a free berth into that event. These teams do pay an entry fee to play in the Grand Slam, so that's all taken care of when you win the Tier 2.
Yeah, I think they get 5,000 or 6,000 for travel too.
I believe
all
that's
of
right.
These teams are on their own for getting to events, paying entry, paying for hotels, paying their coaches, pay. You got to eat when you're here too, of course.
Yeah.
All those things, time away from work. I've been away from the game not super long, but we used to think a season could easily run up to $120,000, $130,000.
I've heard those numbers thrown around for the top teams for sure.
And that assumed your coach was going to volunteer to help you.
Yeah. And that's also flying within Canada. You think these teams come over from Europe and Asia, and it's those flight costs are slightly more expensive. I'm not a genius, but I have seen a few globes and maps in my time, and I'll tell you that Japan and Charlottetown are not super close together. I'll tell you that for free. It's a pretty good shot there from Carly Everest. And Yoshimura immediately just calls the run back. Or no, okay, they're just seeing how much you can see from the hack. I was like,
that's what she's doing.
I was like, run back.
Yeah. No, too early for the run back.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you can see from our angle here is you can see 3/4 of that probably from the hack.
So much learning.
Important to save the shooter here. Obviously, goal number 1 is to kill second shot, but if you can roll right over and behind your other one, even into your other one. This sounds tight, obviously.
Yeah, on this out of the hand for Kaho Onodera, and yeah, you're right, this can't go out of play, and it will. So that's a break for Team Black because that was a wide open Yellowstone in the house.
Just take it, right? Yeah.
It's just not a good throw, is my guess. They jumped on it right out of the hand.
Yeah, this is third rock. It's going to be fast. 4:10 for me? Yeah, you 15, I think.
So we don't want to show his face because he's too pretty, but it is a guest coach on the bench for Carrie Anderson in the Tier 1. It's Mike McEwen.
Yeah, his wife Dawn filling in at second for the injured Shannon Burchard. So Mike, after his great run to the semis, slipping over onto the coach's bench today.
Chance to come around again here, but another hard line early. We're on the guard. So now you want to bounce and make sure you at least bury the other one. Accidentally tapped it in and kind of rolled in front. Interesting.
That's not too bad.
Not terrible.
Decent plan B.
Yoshimura calling the double, which is fine as long as you make it, like most calls. Or maybe the other double, the corner guard in.
Yeah, it looks like they're calling the run here.
The chase to lie 2 is still there, but it's going to roll to a spot where you're always going to leave a double, so it doesn't really get you out of it, so don't take on extra risk for no reward.
I hate doing that.
Doesn't make sense,
Taking
right?
on more risk for less reward.
Yeah.
Hate that. So Kaho Onodera hoping to make up for her first shot miss with a run back here.
I like it.
And that will get 2 of them and peel their own shooter off. So that yellow is exposed and Yoshimura continuing to lie 1 without the hammer.
Yeah, it looks like a chance for 2, which it is. But everything in the rings, no guards, nowhere to hide, and the fact that your second shot's so close to shot rock, the thought for me is freeze here maybe. Pretty precise, but this is a good call too.
You'll just have to make sure you stick here, obviously.
Yeah, even if you made the nose double, I don't think that would be terrible.
Nope. Few options here for Marley Powers. Yeah, you can't roll off there.
Forced error, and you want to put the pressure on your opponent, not the commentators. We got the pressure on us now, not much to talk about.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, unforced error that may very well lead to a force here.
Interested to see if Christina just switches gears and says, okay, this end didn't go to plan. Let's see if we can't make a double and get out of here. Or will she try and make a freeze or even a hit and roll frozen? Or that's pretty makeable double. Okay, there you go. There's the answer.
Yep. Hit and roll on top. So not chasing the double here, trying to still keep the possibility of a 2 alive here.
Not too upset if I'm Team Yoshimura here, because even if they make a perfect shot, I know I can always get this out anyway. If they miss it all, I can hit and lie 2 and maybe even spread them out and have as simple a force as you could ever dream up.
And unfortunately, that over curls on Jill Brothers. Carly Everest tried valiantly to hold that straight, but just wasn't meant to be there.
Thanks. It's really hard to hold that for a roll. Yeah. Wait, that's good? Yeah. Okay.
So the plan here is to roll away. I want to make sure you stay, but it sure would be nice to roll to the right to the side 12 foot. Sounds like a nose hit to me.
Yep.
No easy double.
No, that's just fine. Got the hit and roll, but as you said, even if you make it, there's always going to be the opportunity for Yoshimura. And even if you make a roll here, I think it's high enough you could get rid of it and lie 2.
Sounds like they like this one. At least going to change up the spot a bit. And
Nice throw. It was actually more. 10-3.
needs to roll. If she noses this one, there'll be a very makeable double, but if they roll a rock or 2 outside, again, they'll be in the same situation, but later in the end.
Yeah, starting to run out of time to find the blank here is Christina Black.
We felt good about like a 12. I know, but
I think I'm safe in saying this doesn't look like it's going to likely be a deuce.
Yeah, they said rock, so
She could switch and throw a perfect freeze.
Knew the rock was over further, and I have the same same broom, so it should have been perfect. Yeah. But when they said left,
Just don't
I
see
got
that
the
happening.
It was actually more. So. Yeah, it felt the exact same. It felt like last kind of game.
First and
Just
foremost, though, Sayaka Yoshimura. Hit and stay.
Okay. It felt her less.
Worst case, you leave an easy double. You want to go so hard after the roll, you don't even make her make a double. The longer it stays 2-0, I think the happier the Japanese team will be.
Yeah, they've had the better of the play so far, for sure. That's perfect.
It's a really good shot.
Yeah, very well managed by Taho Onodera.
You got to at least take a chance at the freeze here, don't you, John?
I would be. Yeah.
Setting up a double for your next one doesn't probably help you. I guess you could double and roll out, like go through a crotch double or something, but you make a decent freeze here, and Yoshimura blast it out. Maybe she loses the shooter and the back one, and then you get blank on the wide one. This is just kind of saying I give. I'll take one. Yeah, you got me.
Maybe I'll have a.
Which that's fine if that's the play.
I also don't mind the freeze either because it gives you a look at draw weight, right?
That's probably the number one, I guess.
The only thing would be if you come short and leave a guard. Obviously, that's disaster, but you're probably not going to do that. It gives you a sense of draw weight. Christina Black hasn't thrown a draw yet, I don't think. And into N3, that's not the most comfortable spot to be for a skip.
They do get practice, and that's if it was a weird path, like if it was side 4-foot. Okay, I get it, because you could come up lighter, you could draw back 12 by accident, but on the button path, I think, especially for somebody who at that Scotties when she made a run, Christina Black was drawing like to the inch all over the place.
Yeah,
that's
her game. That's her game for sure.
So a chance there, dial it in, and worst case, you're a little heavy, you bounce off, and you probably have a really makeable shot for one still. But
sometimes you just say, I give.
Yeah,
I'll take one. So you just have to stick somewhere in the rings here if you're Sayaka Yoshimura. Make sure you secure the force, and Onodera and Omiya on this right out of the hand.
This isn't very hard.
No, it's not. Anna Omiya trying to hold it, and she does.
And roll to a spot where
I make the perfect roll for fun.
So are we drawing or are we hitting? I think Christina's going to hit.
I would imagine so. Like I said, hasn't thrown a draw yet. And you're drawing against 2, whereas if you hit, even if you roll out, at least you're only giving up a steal of 1. You missed the draw bad enough, and you could give up 2.
Like 10.
So yeah, just a gentle hit here. Got a little bit of room to roll, Brent, but not a ton if you're rolling on the outside.
Yeah, exactly.
It needs to be pretty precise, but no matter what happens here, Team Yoshimura, I can promise you, is very happy with this start. Rather up 2-1 with the hammer, or I guess 4-0 or 3-0. I don't really think it's going to be 4-0. It sounds like it's going to be 2-1.
Well, calling Marley Powers on for curl now. No, they're fine. So right on the beak for Christina Black. 1 on the board. Yoshimura will have a 1-point lead in the hammer when we come back.
When you've conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, we're your place. Come as you are and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mice. Eat locally, enjoy casual.
So Christina Black does secure the 1. Never really looked like she could get set up for 2, certainly, and never looked like she wanted to set up the blank either. So 1 goes on the board, and I think fair to say, Brent, through the first 3 ends, Yoshimura just getting a little bit better at the action so far.
Yeah, so far I would say so for sure. And maybe Team Black, I don't know them extremely well, but maybe their game plan was let's make sure we're, we don't let this game get away from us, make sure we're comfortable before we make our move. But that's total speculation, but that's kind of our job.
So same thing here for Yoshimura. Sometimes up one with hammer, you might go around this center guard, but throwing up the corner, and it worked well for them last time. Why not go back to the well?
So far, yeah, Yoshimura being the team, the aggressor for sure, trying to push the play. Obviously, they also started with the hammer, so that's generally who does press the play. Not very often you'll see double centers in the first end.
Yeah, Yoshimura, some shades of last season, the Tier 2 winners. We talked about it earlier in the week. Eunjung Kim, who are now a top 5 team in the world, or top 6. They're in the Tier 1 firmly, but last year they had fallen down into the Tier 2, and they were pretty clear winners, pretty dominant winners. And Yoshimura has actually made a Tier 1 Slam final before. Made it to the final of the 2019 Masters, where she lost to Tracy Fleury. But yeah, has played in a lot of slams. Christina Black's she's only played in 1 slam. She qualified for the National last season, didn't make the playoffs, but this is her 6th Tier 2 slam. Tier 2 Tour Challenge, and she has yet to make a final. So this would be a big win and a big feather in her cap, and as we said, she's ranked 33 in the world right now, so this is likely her only chance to get into a Tier 1 slam, is winning this event. But maybe just that experience of Yoshimura paying off a little bit early here. That's a really nice shot there from Anna Omiya.
And they have had to come up with a tough shot. They have so far, and yeah, they could keep sounding like a broken record, but this is the one shot, one opportunity for the slams for this team this year in all likelihood, unless they go on a run. But I don't think they play enough that even if they won a couple smaller spiels, I don't think they'd keep pace with. How many teams are actively trying to get into the slams on the women's side? Does it get down to 30?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think the rankings are really bunched. If you look around that sort of 15 to 25 range, those teams are only separated by 40 points, which is not a lot.
No, it's not.
And then if you get down to 35, that's where you start to get, you've got Miyu Ueno, who fellow Japanese team for Yoshimura, they're at 133. Then you get down to 35, Beth Peterson, they're at 80. So the top 30 or so are making a go of it. Corinne Brown is ranked 30th. We saw her make the quarterfinals this week as well, and I know Corinne quite well from my British Columbia days, and they play quite a busy schedule, and they're definitely a team that's actively trying to get into the slams, and they have been in a few slams before. So it's just that clump of Canadian teams that lost players, so they lost points. Kind of all around. You got Kayla McMillan, who lost Clancy Grandy at 27, Ashley Teveno, who lost Skylar Ackerman at 28, Corinne Brown at 30. So those are all teams that are definitely trying their hardest to get into the slams. But you're right. Once you get into that 35 range, it's teams who are maybe playing a little bit less and not grinding as much to try to get in.
It's a great shot. I mean, it's simple. It seems simple, but hitting the center and rolling. And this, to me, looks like a deuce. I know they're hitting to lie 2, but 2 corner guards. Both counters are going to be behind the tee line. Going to need to do a little Muhammad Ali dodge in here if you're Team Black, I would think. Going right to a pocket double too, so
Yeah,
now I think you can go around for sure.
If you were Team Black, would you have ever gone around a guard there or no?
I think I would have thrown a center guard, a tight center again, and they might hit it again and play a little cat and mouse. I think, yeah. Well, they're playing the hit here. She did call the draw, but this is a good call too. Just those 2 corner guards, if I'm yellow, if I'm Team Black, and I don't have to hammer, I'm already down 1. A soft deuce here drives me nuts. Nothing drives me crazier than giving up a deuce without really taking any chance or having any chance of a steal. The soft deuce, as we would call it.
It's just exactly where you needed to hit that one for Kaho Onodera.
Nose, I think. Even roll.
But going around one of those red ones would have been an option too.
Okay, same. I've been throwing. Yeah, you got it. Nice and positive.
So now you're just trying to hit and stay. Now you don't want to roll behind one of those guards. You stay right there, probably somewhere near the center line.
Yeah, rolling behind the guards or rolling out would certainly invite the two. Carly Everest has been on this pretty much since Jill Brothers let it go. And it's pretty much on the nose.
Doesn't have to make a move here. I mean, up one with, but pretty nice situation. He's kind of just outside the forefoot now, but I'd like to take a move here. I don't mind the freeze now. It's kind of in a spot you can freeze. It's open, so it's really hard for Team Black to just follow you down and be any good. I like the freeze here. I think she's going to come around the corner, which is fine too. The Team Yoshimura continues to stay on the offense. Maybe feeling that the momentum's in their favor so far.
In the Tier 1 final, it's Rachel Homan against Carrie Anerson, and Carrie had an open hit for 2 and rolled out. So that game is tied 1-1. Rachel Homan with the hammer in the 4th. That game is available on Sportsnet and Sportsnet Plus if you're in Canada, and on Home Team Live without audio if you're anywhere else in the world. And this looks really good. Yeah.
This team is very impressive so far.
Yeah, they really haven't missed a lot.
My only challenge is that Team Black hasn't really, every shot they've had's kind of been an offensive or just a couple of nice chases, but we're not putting any pressure on them yet. And again, that might be part of the game plan, so I'm not saying it's right or wrong, it just is.
Very philosophical.
Right? We're getting deep here today.
Yeah. I think by the end of the season, we could have a little chapbook of sayings that
we're going to need to write some of these down.
Yeah, absolutely. The things that you think about when you're on your 17th game of the week.
It's not very good.
No, that's quite bad, actually.
Kind of guarded the back one, and they're still shot as your only saving grace. But they can get to that without too much trouble. And
yeah, if Yuna can navigate this hole, I think Black might actually be facing down a potential 3 here.
Yeah, if they could ever make a good kind of chase and roll back 8 foot towards the center line away from the guards, I'm not sure. I think Christina might have to draw, which doesn't seem like something she wants to do just yet.
Usually you have to do it at some point.
Well, very likely. This doesn't sound good, though.
Yeah, they don't like this one at all. Jill Brothers out here to maybe guide this one out. And wow, that's the first time we've seen Yoshimura blink all game.
Just overthrown a little bit, I think, for that shot. It was edge on edge, like just piece overburied. But here you go.
Yeah, for Christina Black, this is what you've been waiting for. Yoshimura does have the hammer, so that's helping them, but yeah, just an outright miss from Yuna Kotani, and chance for Christina Black to pounce.
I bite the 4 type depth, but it's like going to be in the 8 foot. Yeah. What are you guys thinking? This is wider than Jill.
Yeah. This is just for Yoshi through though, right?
Yoshimura just now? No, they just threw a 12 and a half on the same line.
So I want to get this buried. I don't want her to be able to chase it for sure and want it to be shot rock. So I want this one to be made if I'm sweeping it.
Should be fine. Yeah. Light's better than heavy. Yes.
Light's better than heavy makes me nervous all the time.
Yeah.
I want my skip thinking exactly how to make it, not how to not miss it badly.
I'd like to help you make this if I could.
Yeah. So don't sabotage yourself.
Carly Everest has been on this pretty much since she let it go. Looks like it might be a little light.
Wonder where she got that idea from.
Commentator's curse.
No. She said that to herself. I'm not taking credit for that one.
重いからさ、あんまり使ってないラインになっちゃうから。
Well, you would have been close. You would have been top 12.
But not enough. 使ってないラインだけどローってかけるかい。
So now
少しでも
another chance. The momentum swings back. Trading opportunities a little bit here. And chance to be first in here for Yoshimura. And if she puts this one, biting the forefoot buried, Christina won't have much opportunity other than a really hard maybe chase to try and lie two. But any kind of miss here, it's really getting, if anything's light here, there's not running out of ways to get into the rings, throwing up too many blockers.
Both of those weights
後
are
半分ぐらいか。
No, we didn't throw that. You think that that's different?
フルフォー、うん。
You mentioned earlier there's 5 Japanese ladies teams in between the 2 events.
Yeah, 5 in the top 25 right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no question. Satsuki Fujisawa still leading the charge, but Kitazawa, Yoshimura, Ueno, Tabata, they're all up there and winning events too. Tabata has been all around the finals to start the year of the various events that they've played in, and Yoshimura won the Advix Cup over in Japan, beating Kitazawa in that final. So yeah, they're coming. We're not far away from the days where we might see all 5 of them in a Tier 1 slam, Brent. And that makes it harder.
And that is hooked too.
Yeah. This is a really good steal chance here.
And you start to see that with programs. Success breeds success. Somebody has to break through. And then all of a sudden it seems possible.
No, I mean, like with the they had like here and hit that guard.
And other teams do it, right? You've seen that in Scotland. Not that Scotland just broke through the curling scene, but
yeah. No, for sure. And, for Ueno and Tabata, they're both junior aged, or like just out of junior. They're both 23, and they combined forces. I was talking to JD Lind about this last night, and they were both really top Japanese teams, and so they decided to combine them for a World Junior run. Paid off. They won in 2022, and then Ueno went back to her own team. So Tabata and Ueno both won the World Juniors together, and now they're coming up as rivals through the Japanese system.
Interesting.
So last rock here, Christina Black, and it is a chance for a steal. She's already lying 1. And if she could get this one in a good spot, it's going to be really tough sledding for Yoshimura, but this has to get through the hole. Carly Everest trying to lean on this one. Line's really good. Do they have the depth? That's lovely from Christina Black. Great shot. That's that draw touch we were talking about earlier, eh, Langer?
Right? What she was known for at that Scotties, and that's just where you walk it down. You couldn't put it in a better spot. And decision time now for Yoshimura. This is the only way to score, and if you make it, you might score 2, actually. The way they're lined up, there is an angle raised double. No contact is no bueno, though. That would be all of a sudden you're down 1. So you could draw and give them 1. It's not super easy. This is as far as 8 or 10 foot angle raises go, the angle is nice. Close to half a rock, which I don't know why we like to hit half a rock as curlers, but it seems to be comfortable. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's either a half rock or a third usually.
Yeah.
One or the other. We don't deal in any other fractions.
I feel like we might have a minute longer.
So final stone for Sayaka Yoshimura, and this is really the first time she's been under the gun all game. Needs a angle / double, might be for 2, but she's facing 2. This sounds close.
Sure does.
Sounds close. She's got 1. Does she have 2? Oh my goodness. What a try from Sayaka Yoshimura. Almost another contender for shot of the week, but Christina Black will steal 1, and we are all tied up heading into the 4th end break.
This is the Cornwall Curling Club. It's my home club. I started curling here when I was 7 years old. I decided to stick with curling because I really enjoy the small team environment. I curled with the same girls from the time I was 9, basically until the end of juniors. So getting to form those friendships with my teammates is really special to me.
I started curling because of my grandparents, and both my parents curled and my brother, so it was just like a whole family thing. And when you walk into the curling club in Truro, Nova Scotia, and everyone greets you, and it's such a warm environment, and it's fun. After school, we'd go, and all of our friends would be there, so it was just like such a fun environment. And I got to curl with some of my closest friends growing up, so it really helped me keep in the game, and we all had the same goals.
I know what curling has done for our family, the opportunities it provided for both my girls. Nationally, we've got to see travel the world. It's just a great sport. It's a small community. People, at all levels, everybody knows each other. It's kind of a unique sport that way.
It's a sport that enables him to build his confidence and to make friends while doing something that he really enjoys.
Right now at the age that they're at, it's just awesome to see when they come here and they see their friends in the curling club and the stuff they do off the ice too, and smiles and hanging out and just enjoying their time with friends.
In the hallway, there's water. Like water jar. Please. Yeah. All right, let's go. Which full one? I know we did, but what happened? She made the run to one of ours, but missed the second one. Yeah. She made a nice shot, but not quite nice enough.
Good, decisive goals and good job making.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Kylie, get ready. Tight guard. Okay, nice 4C. Yeah, let's go tight. Nice 4C. Okay, we're great on time. I think it was still time. Yeah. So even though we're getting that weird little. Did they mock? No. Okay. Great question. Thank you. Full of them. Very tomorrow even. Okay, perfect. Okay, so do we think it's slowing down ubiquitously? Like I probably need 24 hours. I was gonna say 22. Yeah. Okay.
Hello, curling fans, and welcome back inside the McLaughlin Arena at the Bell Alliance Center in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. First Grand Slam of the season. It is the Tier 2 HearingLife Tour Challenge Final. Christina Black against Sayaka Yoshimura. John Cullen alongside Brent Lang with you. And Brent, we were talking after the third end that Yoshimura, pretty much perfect through the game, hadn't really made any mistakes, was almost looking like maybe we were going to get into a bit of a running away with it situation, but they finally blinked in the fourth end, a couple misses, and Christina Black makes them pay.
Yeah, basically almost 3 misses in a row, and the last one you can't call that really a miss, but you have to, I guess, because it resulted in a steal, but she was millimeters on contact away from getting a deuce, and had a chase that was overthrown. I believe that was Yuna, and Yoshimura on her first one, hitting that corner guard. So sticking with her aggression, though, throwing the corner guard. Christina, having made a perfect draw on her last one, literally the best spot she could have put it, I think. Really give her some confidence here, and we got a 2-2 ball game, and lots of walks yet to come. We're only halfway home. Got some bonus coverage last game in the Tier 2 men's final with the extra end. And I was thinking of it in the break. I do think that Ramsfell's angle run double, that's the best shot I've seen this week.
I think so too.
I don't know if we get to vote, but I think we should get to vote.
Well, we do get to vote.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's great news.
Well, all the fans get to vote. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's not like a judging situation.
I thought it was a judging situation.
No, so we pick the shots of the week. They're going to go up on social media. There's actually going to be a few awards. Shot of the week, sweep of the week, and whiff of the week.
Whiff of the week is
looking forward to that one.
Going to be interesting.
Yeah, so apparently the winners of all 3 of those awards will get $1,000 as voted on by the fans.
Nice.
So that could be a little bit of a consolation prize for Magnus Ramsfjell if
I think he earned it.
That comes to pass.
Game for him and the boys, and of course, as any good skip would, he splits it with his team, right? Gotta. can't create dissension amongst the ranks, over $1,000. It's another backline chase. Sounds tight to that guard, but as per usual, Anna is right on target. With Anna Omiya, John is our pronunciation specialist. I am the guy that's afraid to say most names. And that's not just Japanese names, that's all of them.
Yeah.
I always,
Yeah, you called me John Coolin for years.
Oh, that's just a cooler name.
That's true. There's no question about that.
Another sweep right out of the hand.
Yeah, Carly Everest has been busy today. And that's another great sweep from her, right on the nose for Marley Powers.
See who blinks first here. This path, sometimes these get a little straighter as you, especially when you sweep them that hard, back to back. But I would like to see this one roll behind the corner. With the hammer, play away from the center.
I do believe that is their game plan.
And execution.
Beautiful. Yeah, Kaho has had a phenomenal game so far. Can't remember the last time she missed, if she's missed at all. Been absolutely dynamite out of the second position, and this is going to force a run back for Marley Powers.
It should run pretty straight. I've seen this side of the sheet run fairly straight. Did like it. Always. Christina was on the same page as me. She thought it would hold. It's always nice to hear from this. Well, it's not nice after you don't want to miss, but when you do miss, to hear some confirmation of you threw that good, and it's like, oh, good, I thought so.
Yeah.
And not looking to blame where you put the broom, but just so I know, because if I need to make an adjustment, sometimes I want to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like a whole new journey.
Spread these out as far as possible. This is a smart play. Even up these reds and make some hit and stays, and hopefully Team Christina Black doesn't make any crazy rolls behind the center guard late in the end. Pretty good.
Yeah, this is going to take a few shots for Christina Black to save herself from giving up a 2.
I think I would probably hit the other one. When in doubt, I always like to hit the wider one when you're trying to get them set up for a double. If you hit and rolled off that wide one anywhere near the middle, you're definitely going to have a double on the next shot. This one, if you hit and roll in the middle and they hit and roll wide, I'm not sure you're definitely going to have a double. Pretty sure you're not, actually.
So it rolls a little bit, but not much. And yeah, the problem for Black is that center guard is too high. I think anything behind it would be chaseable for Yoshimura.
Your weight was good. Yeah, thanks.
A nose hit here might leave a double, but anything rolling broom side, and we're going to be right back to where we just were. Seems a little wide. Will her weight save her? No carve. Late carve.
Seemed like they were surprised by that. You heard Sayaka say wow there.
Just saw her motion with her hand. Did I set that one wide? And then the acknowledgement. So get out of jail free card just cashed in by Team Black. They're okay with a blank here considering they're about to put up 2, but it's not an awesome situation tied without playing 6, but good chance that's where they're going to be. This one rolling close to bury, John.
Yeah, as I said, I don't think you can bury anything, but at least make Yoshimura think about it, mess up the vision on the hit a little bit.
Good job.
It's a good force guard, maybe. Make the blank tough if you can roll right behind it in the end, but yeah.
Absolutely.
Sweep it. I just look like more frosty over there.
Are working hard to get it by that guard. And they do.
Didn't want to roll right behind the button. That's just the roll, go, 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 roll it. And didn't stay behind the guard behind the button, so no real problems there.
Sorry. I don't know. Okay, you got it.
Not much to choose strategy-wise this end. I mean,
that's been pretty obvious every time.
Don't see them drawing the button here or anything crazy, so hit and roll back button. I think that's probably the play. Make Yoshimu's chase as hard as possible.
First rock here for Christina Black in the fifth end. Needs to make this red one disappear. A little roll would be optimal.
They lost it.
You are rolling too far. That is correct. Yes, just lost it at the end there. I think it was pretty close most of the way down, but we have seen that, Brent, with that. Yeah, that intern side, and also just with the hit weight being down, we've said it a bunch this week, but we've heard it from all the curlers too, that once it starts to break, you're not going to be able to hold it. I think that's just what happened there. Just broke past that guard, and they were never able to save it. So it's certainly looking like we're heading towards a blank here.
Yoshimura, if you could, you'd hit this one and roll. You know, if you knew you were going to roll to a biter, you'd do that, but you can't roll out because then they might draw on top 12 and have you forced or top 8.
Don't try to hit it rolling 5.
If they nose it, Christina will try and roll behind the center and make the blank as tricky as possible. Maybe get a sneaky steal. Yoshimura does not want to get forced to 1 here. The chance to roll back button, back 4, buried, and roll perfectly buried. They may take on the blank still, but they'll have to throw less weight than they want to, which could lead to an unforced error.
10-5. Yeah, I think that's great. Yeah.
Christina's last one kind of took off. We saw that in the Tier 2 men's final on the board side. This side doesn't take off quite as aggressively, I don't think.
We just haven't played it as much. Try and roll under, Marley. You got it. Both of you guys just stay close. Yeah, exactly.
Try and roll under.
Yeah, you got this, buddy.
Like you said, Brent, just try to make the blank as difficult as possible. Final stone for Christina Black. Skip out of Halifax.
Like it. Expecting it to finish like the other side, though.
And they're trying to have Carly Everest finish this, and if they got an inside roll, it was only about a half of an inch, and so you can see from the angle there, Siaka's going to be able to see most of this, if not all of it, from the hack for the blank.
Great though. Yeah. We just had to play it safe with the extra weight. I agree. Because we just didn't know it. You can't have a stupid miss. Like 11-5.
Trying to avoid the stupid miss, as she says, which is a good idea.
Come out over here.
That's why she said threw it harder because she wasn't totally sure, and I think her first one kind of made her wonder if it would curl that much on this side. So
we knew a little bit better to play that way. This side felt a little sketchy. No, yeah, we haven't played very many.
we're explaining it perfectly, doing our job.
We played like the intern on that side. Yeah. Do you think it's curling harder on this side?
So final stone, looking for the blank. Not much from either sweeper, but who needs it? Blank made. Will remain tied.
Let's go.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
it's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
I think the second different. Yeah. 壁落ちだわ。ちょっとより強くなってる感じだから。ちょっと狭くなってる。You got it. よし。2, 3. Line straight. 3. Line's good for 3. Take from. Jill's wrong. No. Line side. Straight.
So the sixth end tied up 2-2. What more could we want, Brent? It's been a tight game all the way through, and Yoshimura dominating the first half. Christina Black has been in control of the last couple ends, and I guess Yoshimura wanting to score here in 6, most likely.
Yeah, interesting. So in 5, with the same score and the hammer, Team Black threw a center guard and Yoshimura threw a corner guard. Now in 6, which is a pivotal end, everybody, even crazy oldies like myself, think even odds here. It's not even odds, it's scoring. Being up with only 2 ends left is a good thing. But she's not throwing a corner guard for the first time this game, basically. She's going to go around, and I wonder if that sneaks just by. That
just by, yeah, because you can't tick it.
I wonder if they want to be first in 6 because they know they cannot afford to give up a steal. And in 5, they don't want to give up a steal, but if they did, it's much better time. I don't know. That's another one of my theories. Believe me or not, but... So for Team Black, a force here is okay. A steal would really increase her chances of winning this game. But a deuce would really decrease her chances of winning the game. So maybe go for the force and an accidental steal. Don't switch. Don't listen to the thrower. They are emotionally involved in the shot. That's perfect.
Yeah, really nice corner freeze there by Carly Everest. She's had a great game on the brush and with her throws. It's actually similar to what we saw in the last game. We were commenting on how much the sweeping was playing a factor on this ice, and it's been the same in this game too. Carly Everest has swept a lot of rocks.
Absolutely. Might be ice-related, I guess, right?
It's fair to make that assumption at this point, I think, yeah.
Similar to the 2 teams earlier, these teams are throwing the right weight on a lot of hits, too. And that is sneaky. Button's open, but that just got by, so you can see that's couldn't really slide a piece of paper between those 2 rocks as they're sliding by each other. We're maybe in for some fireworks here, but Japan might not love the looks of this. Team Yoshimura might decide to run that guard back soon.
I think it depends on where Marley Powers ends up here.
Yeah.
Certainly, if she can freeze onto that red stone, they'll like it a lot. This looks way short.
We're not close.
I'm not quitting on it yet.
Gotta love that attitude from the sweepers, saying we're not close, but continuing to sweep it, and then it's actually very close.
Just
weight was perfect.
Feathered the yellow, and ooh, they freeze right there.
That's trouble.
I need to have a look. A little bit of hesitation here on how we're going to deal with this as Team Yoshimura. Hit and roll on the center guard. I can buy into that. I think this is actually quite a smart call. If you throw the draw in there now, you're probably never going to get a chance to get rid of this center guard. And if this guard isn't there, what's Team Black's next shot? Probably hitting the top one?
You're still in good shape if she does that.
Yeah, not a lot of danger, and I think that's really what this end is about for Team Yoshimura, is making sure they score. So Team Clyder with the same message, but a different way to get there. They were leaving everything in play. Double centers all in, but hey, they're the champs.
No. Okay. Yeah.
So played that light and wanted to roll for a corner, but that's the smart way to miss that one.
Right here for now. Okay. 40. Okay, split center. Yeah, I think so.
Put the guard back. At some point, Yoshimura is not going to feel that guard, and it might be now.
Good at. 3. Okay. On its own. Don't want to.
Probably see her hit the guard one more time.
Probably one more time. Still in second stones here.
Wait till, as we used to say, wait till we get to the shooters. Let's just kind of make sure we don't get in your way.
Yeah, exactly. The guys making the big bucks will sort this out.
Yeah. The guys that used to skip for most of my teams, if we could get it to a one-on-one contest between him and their skip, we won a lot.
Yeah, yeah, no question, yeah.
That's accidentally really good.
Yeah, sneaky.
I'm out.
All right, so we...
whoa, King Nick.
King Nicholas. A rogue King Nicholas appears. We know that Nicholas is working with Kayla McMillan out of BC, has been coaching them this year, but I guess maybe helping the Japanese program as well.
Coaching 2 different ladies teams. That's interesting, competing against each other.
It's fine. I liked that spot. Honestly, it just was hard to call that.
Maybe the top one is actually.
I think they're going to hit and roll on that shooter. There's more space there than I thought.
So I think, top one, roll as far as you can. Otherwise, they make the double back into the top right. Make sure you kind of roll far enough.
Okay.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah, not surprisingly, Nick's got some good advice for them.
I don't think you win 7 world titles without knowing something about strategy in this game.
Yeah, the first 3 or 4 were luck, but I'll give him the last few on skill. How about that?
Yeah, I think we
Deal.
have to play that game. Nick, this one, right?
Nick, this one, right? Yeah. Part of that is the language, right? I mean, one of them speaks good English, but...
Yeah, and technically they were still in timeout, so they could consult Nick on that.
It just ended. Yeah. Hit and roll as far as you can, as Nick said. Way over to the tee line would be ideal, and just have this rock there just in case the middle gets blown up, but keep that middle as simple as possible. No double on the reds. Hard to really get shot, to lie 2. Overcurl's bad here, though.
Yeah, they've been calling Anna on since it was let go. They're not going to get much of a roll. Disturbing that 4-foot situation wasn't bad, though, I don't think.
I don't think that's terrible. If they do make a good draw here, that the red situation's not as lined up anymore. Still don't think it's terrible. I don't think either team's super comfortable at the moment. Need to get this one right frozen on the button if you could. Can't be heavy here.
Yeah, sweepers are saying it's back 4. And if it's heavy, it won't catch the curl either.
Back 4 is probably okay, but...
And it's back 8 almost. Don't go through the hole. Ooh.
The seeing eye stone.
Yeah, that's
13-5.
less than ideal.
I don't think she can afford to play this.
I don't know that this is the call I'd be making.
I think you got to play that draw.
I think so too. Okay. Huh. So what is this here? A double angle into the yellows?
She maybe thinks she can hit and roll a broom side and maybe kill. If she kills that other yellow, then maybe it's not so bad.
Yeah, that's true. That happens.
Pocket's scary at the back, right? It's a 3-way pocket.
No sweeping at all here on this shot from Unikotani.
Save your shooter. Didn't get that other one, but would have been nice if the middle one rolled a little further, but did uncue the middle 2 reds. I think. Christina still needs to draw, which can't be exciting with 4 reds in the rings.
Yeah, a lot of rubies stacking up. Yoshimura lying 1, 4, 5, 6, and 2 and 3 are right beside each other. So this is a pretty crucial shot here for Jill Brothers. You got to be somewhere close here. Big sweep here for Marley Powers and Carly Everest. They're saying the speed's coming off. You can't be short here.
Curling hard.
Yeah, short is a disaster. Oh boy. Oh, at least they hooked that one.
Yeah. Still, oh, she thinks that yellow double's there. I don't have a great angle, but from here it doesn't look like it on straight on view, but it's scary. Yeah, it should be.
It should be. This is very scary.
Yep. Proves you know what you're doing. If you're not scared right now, you don't understand what's going on out there. And obviously that's not the case if you're in the final. So
So if this is made, it'll be yet another red rock in the rings, and Christina Black will be entering the danger zone.
Playing it soft, really trying to save the shooter.
Yeah, so didn't catch enough of it, but
really hooked all those reds.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part.
So still not a very comfortable situation, but a really, really makeable freeze on the button where you won't even be able to get 2 of the yellows out with 1 shot, I don't think. I guess you'd get the right 2, but then you'd leave it frozen. So see if Christina can come up with another big draw to the button for her team and really give them a good chance at a steal here. A lot of ways to get this out if this is made.
Yeah, this is kind of wild, Brent. You could see a steal here, and you could also see a score of 6. You don't say that too often.
Somewhere or anywhere in between.
Yeah, or anywhere in between.
7-point swing coming up, one way or the other.
Yeah, a lot on the line here.
Got light right away.
Yeah, that's not good. Harley Powers on this right out of the hand. You gotta be there. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
This could be a Yahtzee here for Yoshimura.
Sorry, guys. Forgot to give that extra hit.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. It's tempting to play that tick-tick double, but then you just leave that draw. You got to draw. As much as I want to lie 5.
Yeah, I'd love to lie 5 here.
You have to draw, though. Right down top button. That shot's definitely makeable. The doubles, I think, she makes it almost all the time, but then they leave the button open that if she gets one in there, maybe she'd have this red-red combo, but
yeah,
maybe not.
Because you're unlocking that a little bit, probably.
Yeah. I think you gotta go right there. That would be very good.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where it's hard to convince yourself that that's the right shot, because you want to score 1,000,000 here if you can, but I think you're right. They are shot as well, so that's helpful.
They knew I was like, yes, they knew. I was barely letting go, and Carly's like, that's like, yeah.
Yeah, they were not fooled on that one, as Christina said. I was barely letting go, and they're yelling it's light, and
Lemon on there for a moment.
they were right.
Absolutely.
Another lemon on top of this.
Ended up on the perfect line, but that's 6 feet light of where they wanted it, and they swept it end to end. So ideally, you would have thrown probably 9 feet more weight on that one.
これは2投目と一緒。2投目思ったより滑ってたんだよね。滑ってたね。中後半だったな。そうだね。いいと思うな。で、T 後ろに。
So a lot of communication. I got to assume it's about the speed and the line.
15.4だから。
Could be talking about that home team live broadcasting team too.
Very possible, yeah. That's what I'd be talking about, right? So a draw here for Sayaka Yoshimura. Trying to get second shot here. Just top button.
Almost anywhere on the button in front of the tee line, and I'm pretty sure they're going to score one, which they've made clear is, their ultimate goal here. It would be hard for Christina to hold them to line. They're working it.
Yeah, Onodera and Omiya trying to bring it in now. Line looks really good. Doesn't have the speed, though. You got to get there for second shot, and they won't. So that spot fooled Christina and fooled Sayaka as well. And this is a really good steal opportunity, I think.
Still room, yeah.
I mean, that's great. Yeah. But you can come there. Okay. You just, you know. Okay, right there.
If you told Team Yoshimura that at the end, with one rock to come, that you'd have 6 red ones in the rings, you'd probably not even ask, what does it look like? You'd take it.
I just have to think like a 4.
But it doesn't look great if this is made. Don't want to miss anyway, but if you're a little bit light and just chap and sit right in front of those yellows, you might leave a nose hit double for, I don't know, you can't even count that high. That would be for 7. Oof. If you throw top 4-foot weight and just rub like a 1/8 of a rock on that red one and stay right there, then yeah, that might happen. Could be very close to making it and have that be the result.
So they like the weight better on this one. Do Powers and Everest are starting to lean on it now. Line looks pretty good. Want to be in there for shot.
Uh-oh.
Is that trouble?
I think so.
You can slam that and get all 3, can't you?
I think so.
I needed to get over into the other 2.
Uh-oh.
Well, at least for shot.
You ever scored a 7 before?
Not in the final of a Grand Slam. I think this would only be for 6, but hit it high and hard and you're scoring. It's just a matter of how many. If they could have Coach King Nick come in here, I'm going to give them 6 now. But judging by Yoshimura threw a rocket when
she's got that in her locker for sure.
I think as thick as you can, as hard as you can.
You're scoring 3 for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't have to go very far to get 3, right? And then it only has to go another rock or 2 to get 5, and 5's enough.
Yes, usually in a tie game with 2 ends to play, 5's enough.
6th, then we might get 5.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So we're having a good look, and I mean, I'm looking at it on a monitor, so I'm not going to give you the Langer 50% guarantee. But this sure looks like it flies.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it from up here, no question. And I mean, they immediately looked at it, which leads me to believe they think it goes for sure. They never considered any other shot here, so. And you can see almost all of it too, so.
You can hit it, I mean, unless they hit like an 8th or a wreck, I think it's 3. Anything in between is at least 3. And I think if she hits more than half, I think it actually leaves the rings.
So huge shot, potentially the game right here for Sayaka Yoshimura, trying for a triple.
Got the weight right.
Got the weight. That is cooking. Kaho Onodera trying to hold it. Can they get by everything? No, but they spin in for 2. Oh no, just one. Just one.
Right.
Because the yellow that Christina just threw was out counting it. Oh, what a good try, but it just chunks that top red one. They spin in for a little backdoor 1, but I think Christina Black will take giving up 1 there all day. Wow. Whew, what an end. We'll be back.
When you've conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, where your place. Come as you are and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mice, eat locally, enjoy casual.
Like back. She's like back. She was, yeah. It's just like her first one, she was a hair tight, and she threw it light, and it was just like gone. I saw you jump it so fast. It was like burger. Yeah. Okay. And then I got
Well, I'd imagine it might take a few seconds here for Christina Black to catch her breath. It was a bit of a mistake on her last. They took the rock a little bit too far and didn't finish it hard enough, and it certainly looked like Sayaka Yoshimura had a shot for minimum 3, maybe 5 or 6. Ends up settling for 1. And we'll see if Christina Black can get something going here in 7. That was the danger zone, Brent.
Yeah, that had my heart rate going. Unfortunate, unforced error. I do think that was kind of one of those going where it's going. So as long as it had enough power,
yeah.
So as long as you hit enough of it to kill him, it was going to be 3+. I think 5 was almost automatic and 6 was likely. But that's in the past, John. Let's move on.
It's all behind us now.
Super spare coach Mike McEwen getting called out on the Grand Slam of Curling Tier 1 HearingLife final.
Good gig if you can get it.
Right? Only coach finals.
Yeah, exactly.
So another classic situation, you know, one team up, one without, playing 7. The team 1 down with, blank's nice, deuce is acceptable, 3 is really nice. No steal. These teams will both know what they would prefer to happen here.
This is rock 3 down the path.
Rock 3 down the path, so you see they're picking up on that already in their first game here. On this side of the arena, that it does get a little bit faster and a little bit straighter.
7! Really? Similar weight. Wait. Little less.
Didn't even realize I was still standing up in my chair from that last shot. I was like, why are my legs getting tired?
Yeah, I agree with you. We talked about it in the break. The shots like that, it just, obviously it's unfortunate when the skip misses, but it sucks even more because you don't get to see if the shot was there.
I just wanted to see it happen.
Yeah, I just wanted to see those 3 splash out. And speaking of splashing, Carly Everest a little bit heavy there, so good setup here now potentially for Yoshimura without the hammer.
Yeah, those 3 back 4, no matter what color they are, that's bad news for Team Black. Gonna have to try and start running this back, I think, if this is made. I think Mike McEwen just got fired from coaching if that's what he told him to do. No offense, Mike, we love you, but that couldn't have been what you asked him to do.
Can't imagine it was. No, I think Mike knows enough about the game that he didn't tell them to give Rachel Homan an automatic double. I'm gonna guess he didn't come out and say that.
I don't think she can make this one, guys.
Anyway. I think this will be the one she misses all year.
So it did come up short,
quite a bit short.
Big break for Team Black. Getting to crunch time. Interesting, some teams rise and some players rise and others don't. This time of the game, you want to find teammates that rise, obviously. It's hard to find this feeling anywhere else, and that's what I try to tell myself all the time. Like, this is why you play. It's to feel scared, to feel nervous.
Yep, absolutely.
Feel like you don't want to let your team down.
Yep.
Sure, threw this soft.
Yes, she did. Rolled right over, bumping that one in.
Did kill it, though.
Yeah. I guess somewhat helpful.
Mike
oh, my goodness.
McEwen is back as the coach as Rachel flashes.
That's the commentator's curse if I've ever heard it.
Coach of the Year candidate, Mike. Is there $1,000 for best coach?
I can't remember the last time I saw Rachel flash a stone.
So another chance. This is playing the tap here, I think. John, what are they guarding? Why don't we like the outturn freeze here?
I would guess they're guarding, yeah.
Which is fine. I don't mind that. I hope they're not trying to tap here when that outturn side, which they haven't played the outturn side in their defense.
It looks like that's what they're changing the call to here.
got to be the concern. It's not a lot of. No, it's just got it way wider than it looks from my vantage point.
This side's going to be effed.
That's one way to put it. That's Christina Black for you in a nutshell.
F for full.
I think
F for
yes,
full, right?
exactly.
Full of stones.
This side will be F'd.
Yeah. Okay, and the other side looks bad. Another great Kevin Martin line down to Benny on purpose in front of the whole club and Lloyd. Well, there's no out-turn shot, and you don't have an in-turn.
So a little heavy again.
The wheels are coming off for both teams here a little bit.
Yeah. The guards are, one guard is about the only full make we've had this end. Talking about making the double peel and rolling the rock onto the
That'd be nice.
Stones in the forefoot. It'd be nice if you make it, but I don't know if that's the easiest shot.
They tried the easy ones, they're not making them, so let's try a hard one maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we could draw them and then
Yeah, looks like it. Oh, maybe it jams.
Let's try this. How much? A quarter? Yeah. Okay.
This is thin.
Yeah, you won't go by. You get a quarter of it. You got it.
They're leaving that shot rock back button in a pocket for Yoshimura there for a long time. Could come down and nose that.
Just take your time.
But it is early in the end, so I've got no problem with this. Kind of got to risk flashing it to actually make it, but if you did flash it and hit the back, I don't think that'd be terrible either.
There are options for Marley Powers. Pretty, sorry, I was distracted here, folks. I can't lie to you anymore, but Rachel Homan might have missed 2 in a row here.
And maybe just we'll definitely give up a steal of 2 to lose control of the game and be down in 27. But in our game, I think they pulled that shot off.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it was a nice, nice flash and roll that yellow one in. Not looking too bad here for Team Black with Hammer.
Still, somebody is going to make this freeze. It's still a good force opportunity, isn't it, John? Like, if Yoshimura can get... How many rocks are left here? I've totally lost concentration. 3
We're in
rocks
third.
left.
Yeah.
Where are we? What day is it? Good thing I went to bed early last night. Really sharp today.
It's Sunday.
Right. The only Sunday that you'll have the pleasure of listening to us, I think, this year. Is that accurate?
On the Sunday?
Yeah, we're only here because
there's some rumors that maybe for the people who live outside of Canada that we may commentate the finals.
Okay.
But we'll see. Okay. Remains to be seen, but
I was playing the guard here, I guess. Okay. Thin double here in line 3.
You can almost like crotch it and scoot that between them.
Tick, tick.
Seems like it's possible.
That one at least.
For sure it is.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, but because the draw, we just will have like no shot at multiple.
Yeah, I don't love the draw.
So I think you have to hit these.
I liked it there for Yoshimura. I thought that's what she was playing, but and I was paying attention. I watched that whole sequence. And
Catching this one just a little bit further. Okay, yeah. So an almost miss. Peel. Yeah. Stay close, Riley. You got it. Yeah.
this would turn this end on its head.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Shooter is not going to stay likely. But if those reds both lead in line 3.
Sounds close. Trying to hit the thin crotch of these two. Just like that. Fantastic shot from Jill Brothers, and the Maritime crowd loves it here. I was just about to say before Jill threw that, we haven't really seen like a signature big shot from Christina Black to turn and end, and that might be the one they needed right there.
On cue, and still a chance here. But as scary as it was last time for Team Black, they're switching roles again. I might throw... I'm not sure I'd draw here, but it's the best shot if you can make it.
Yeah, you're flirting with the danger zone.
Could throw the in-turn kind of freeze bump, but... Some curl here looks pretty good. It's very good.
Very good. Perfect spot from Yuna Kotani.
Now they're running. Yeah, do you try and run it?
Make sure, catch this one. If you want the straight peel, what do you want?
Yeah, I think so too. Christina kind of said, well, one or the other. I don't think you can really
completely different.
Yeah, I don't think that's really the option here. You kind of have to go for it. They have decided to go for it.
The problem with the straight peel is you're basically saying I don't think you can make two guards that just guard part of this rock, because that red one's hard to get out even without the guard.
It ends up being a straight rip.
So really
for Jill Brothers.
The only way to get it out is with that yellow one top 12.
Yeah, it's fine. I didn't want to bring you too close to the line and have it go on you either. I felt like I was sliding a little bit tight.
Would you guard here, John? I think you might throw a guard, a center guard. And
I think for this one you do, certainly. Maybe with your last one you could think about drawing, but you just never want to set up a double.
Yeah.
Like you said, that red one, pretty tough to remove right now, I think.
Other than with that red
Other than with the short run, yeah.
Just guard lots of that yellow and a little bit of the center line. And
yeah.
This could curl. We saw late in the game it really started to curl in the men's final. And if this gets to it and bumps it on the nose, doesn't freeze a little low, there will be a double in the reds. It would probably jam though, so.
Make them make a good guard.
Let them make a good guard. Christina thought they were guarding. I'm with her. I thought so too, but I don't think that's what they're doing. In some ways, this is on. Might be better if it's not all the way back there. Oh, they are guarding. Or she's just leaning on her broom and head fake.
No, they're guarding.
They're guarding.
15-3.
So I was wrong for the second time in the last 3 minutes.
But you wanted this to be the call,
I would
so
have called this. Yeah, I think
it's maybe a little tighter than they would have wanted it.
Yeah, now it's kind of.
It's almost wired.
Queued up.
Yeah.
That's 6 feet farther than you'd want it. Perfect line, but or you want it there another 2 feet, and then it's maybe even better. There's nothing she can do with it. So maybe a little miscommunication. I'm not sure what they were saying to each other, obviously, but if that goes right to that yellow in the top 12 foot, then there's not room to get the angle changed. This is really natural. Third's in.
Like a third? Yeah.
It wouldn't hit any less than a third. Looks to me like if you hit half, even 2/3, you're going to get some good action.
Yep. All right, you got this. You got this.
Whoa, and she was trying to hit it thin already, but not a ton of pace on this. This should come up.
Just straight peel.
Oh, no.
You just guard again, or do you come in here?
The scoreboard probably tells you to come in if you're comfortable with that shot. It's still a good chance. If you make a really good draw to the back of the button here, low on that yellow, I mean, it's
guaranteed steal.
Yeah, she's looking like she's taking ice to hit. I don't think you want to remove that yellow.
That yellow's helping you.
I think so.
sideways. When you don't throw a heel for a while, sometimes it just doesn't.
Like imagine you hit and roll to the left as we're looking at it on this. And you give Christina the little punch for 2.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't think that's what I'd be doing.
I like the draw, I like the freeze. If you get the line, you can bump it a little. It makes me a little nervous you might leave a double. I don't like this. King Nick, does he have the authority to call timeout from the couch?
He should, yeah. He wants to, but yeah, I don't like this either. Although maybe they are drawing now. I'm not sure. It's not enough ice, really.
Not even close. So can they...
I don't love this.
No, I don't.
Well, and imagine, too, I mean, they're taking quite a bit of ice, but imagine you wreck. Holy moly.
Not that far off. Like, it's got to be reasonably close to it, but it's a good shot if you make it.
Yeah, but you got to be... Can't roll far.
No, and if you just get by and roll a little...
Like, if you don't even throw right now, it's not... I mean, Christina has that short run, but it's not easy, and then you're throwing the draw and you come up a little light, you probably block that runner, and then what does Christina have too? So yeah.
Interesting situation.
A little curious.
Must make for Yoshimura for sure. If she makes it, Christina probably tries the double and hopes it gets lucky, but it's probably going to jam. And this is that spot that curls, John.
So final stone, Sayaka Yoshimura, and they are sweeping this, and it sounds desperate. You have to get by this top yellow. Oh my gosh.
You're good.
Absolute worst case scenario.
Peel this one. Or do you try and play
That's unfortunate.
I think I do. Yep. I think
It's not a great call, but it's also that spot that they didn't read very well, but that's a disaster is what it is.
Complete.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, you got it.
The 10.5, trying to play it across the top and save the shooter.
How little do I have to hit? From here, it doesn't look as nice.
No, it looks terrible to me.
Like, it just looks like I'm going to jam. I hear you, yeah. So, I mean, just make sure we get the 3. So I'm going to throw like 10. And just see if, or just hit it skinny, 10.5. Yeah, we need it. But just make sure I hit it like skinny, yeah. But I need enough weight to move it out. Yeah. So, would you rather just throw it over? Let me just have a quick peek at it.
Well, this is one that you got to decide what looks better to you optically. And to me, it looks like an out-turn shot, actually. And with a little bit of weight and just kind of nose a hair high off the back one for 3. A couple inches of room for error, but...
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're throwing this 10-5, it's there for 4, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Yeah.
And you just watch one take off, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me overly confident. And if you ever over curl here and it ticks shot rock, it's not going to be more than 1, and that's going to make you want to rethink your life choices.
Yeah, namely, why did I ever start curling in the first place?
This is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
Shot, biggest shot of the game, for sure.
No question about it.
Since last end.
Yeah. Final stone, Christina Black, chance for 3 or 4. And this is curling early.
Can't hear that early in this
No.
spot.
Carly Everest trying to lean on it here. Could you call an audible through the hole? Did they move it far enough? Yes, they do. Great sweep from Carly Everest. Maybe it wasn't the best throw from Christina Black, but the sweep gets it done. 3 goes on the board. The Charlottetown crowd loves it. We'll see if Yoshimura can find their way back in. Don't go anywhere.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable. And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And is the choice of champions.
It's too hard, just to make sure. Doesn't matter. It was coming down. I think I got it. You got it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'm close. Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
4 times?
Right in? I don't mind it, even a touch more. Yeah.
そんな重くないイメージ。ね。基本滑ってるもんね。
little bit. I'm stoked. Yeah, we're there. Just bring it down. It's really curling. Yeah, it's really. Yeah. Put it on the blinker. Yeah. Gotta go. We're close. Stay down. Hard. 14-6. Whoa. Okay.
Well, we've been waiting all game for a turning point, and we may have found it in the 7th end. A missed call, missed shot, whatever you want to call it, for Sayaka Yoshimura. It ends up with 3 on the board for Christina Black, and now they lead 5-3. And Brent, I have to think Yoshimura spent some time in that end break just trying to regroup here, because the game it's not out of reach, but that was a tough end for them there.
Yeah, the last 2 ends, huge opportunities both ways, and a game that, is well played and just kind of played close to the vest for the first 5 ends, and then in the 6th and 7th, I think what happens next is Yoshimura gets 3 would be my guess. But no, in all seriousness, just a couple of bad misses on Yoshimura's last in 6 and then again in 7, and questionable call in 7 for sure.
Yeah, just too much that could go wrong there, I think. There was a lot of positives that could have come out of drawing. And if you made the draw perfect, you almost certainly steal.
Trying to line these up. Oh no, trying to get past it. Gonna hook it though.
That's not the ideal spot for that for Carly Everest.
Guard it. Yeah. Good. Still a little soft amount of loose, but whatever.
Just get the 2 corner guards up and take a shot at your 3 early. The good news is that the way to get 3 is the same as getting 2. You can just get a little help from your friends, the other team.
Okay. That's fine. 15.1. Okay, nice.
2 corner guards up for Anna Omiya.
Perfect. Interesting situation developing in the Tier 1 final after a big steal of 2. Last time I looked over, Rachel was line 4, and now she's in trouble. Looks to me like it's almost a quadruple for 4, though.
Yeah, this is not her last shot. It's her first shot here, so. But yeah, certainly could be lying a bunch once this is all said and done.
So now we're getting the guard call.
Yep.
First 5 shots are almost always exactly what we're seeing here in this situation. One team up 2 without the hammer. Best defense is a good offense sometimes.
Yep, you can a little. Good. Great spot.
Nice and tight. That is a perfect guard.
Yeah, I like it. Stay on the offense.
Great throw. Okay. Really nice. Good job.
Maybe enough room to get through the hole here for Yoshimura. Hit and roll.
Playing a little chase and roll behind the corner. Need to get something behind the corner as soon as possible. I'm gonna sweep that yellow one. Yeah, good shot.
Yeah, not bad. Maybe over curled a little bit at the end for Kaho.
Nice breath, Riley.
Anyways, we got a lesson in patience earlier from Team Ramsfeld, and it didn't look like they had anything going for even a 2, and then he almost made a shot for 3 in the end. So a reminder that patience, leave some rocks around, make a couple good shots late. Unforced there. Wanted to hold the shooter there. And
yeah, they were trying to kick the back of the yellow, I think.
Good weight call.
It is black lying 2. But draw around the corner, and you got that yellow there as a potential catch rock.
So it sounds like they're getting tight to the guard, though.
They're by. Now do they have enough to get it in for second shot? They do, so.
Very important that got second shot over the back line. That's why it was such a big break. I don't think you necessarily have time to peel here, but I guess you do.
Very nice shot there from Onodera.
A little thick, okay. Or we roll to the center. Yeah, you got this, Joe.
I think you'll see Yoshimura go around the other corner next. Sounds maybe.
It's not bad, I don't think.
Unfortunate that it stayed guarding that one, and that's the play. Might be able to get shot, maybe not quite if it's fully buried, but maybe leave him an edge. And
Worked out, yeah.
hard line early here.
Yeah, got to get by, that's for sure. Onodera and Omiya leaning on it, trying to get it by this corner, and they won't. And leaves it as a center guard, too.
Outcount the back one they did. Okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I love where that rock is, actually. That's how you get out the one and buried out and roll behind the corner.
Yeah, for Christina Black, you're almost in only trying to give up 2 territory here.
A little bit.
Yeah.
This is the best shot. It also, if you overcurl a little bit and jam it on that back one and leave it double, you're really going to be unhappy. But it's the last end of a championship final. It's time to make some shots and stop thinking like the commentator.
So hitting the open one here is Jill Brothers. You'd love to roll a little bit inside if you can. Sounds close. Don't want to overroll. And unfortunately, he doesn't get behind those centers, but it does go behind the tee line. So a hit and roll for Yoshimura doesn't necessarily get you set up. So Nicholas Adine back out here. Sorry, Brent.
Oh, no, I rolled right in the hole.
Really good throw. Thanks. So fun.
Probably going to hit and roll on the red, as Nick's saying here. I think you still are. At least 2, get 2 in the rings that outcount, that lie second and third. You probably have. You might get both behind the corner guard. There is a weight. I don't know it, but if you hit it right with the right weight.
Okay, yeah.
Looks like maybe like a heavy board, even control. No, heavy board.
I was just being extra cautious.
Could also spin right onto that yellow, yeah, and if you hit it a little second, a little thinner.
The little end, what'd you say? I know. Because I think they're going to hit that one and kind of swing.
Yeah, so you hear Nicholas say the important thing is to play the weight that your shooter sticks around.
And you have to kill that yellow one, though, so
yeah.
A little tricky, but I think it's like a heavy board weight.
Yeah, black line 2 here.
Thick half kind of hit.
Thick half is, where you need to hit it, so now pick the appropriate weight so that thick half doesn't make your shooter roll out.
And if you hit it thin and just plan, it's not the end of the world, you can still get 2. That's all
liking it right now.
Try to stick
We got lots of work. Okay.
So good time out there for Nicholas Adine. That's Yoshimura's final.
6 minutes left.
Over in the Tier 1 final, it's Carrie Anderson with the hammer in a tie game coming home in 8. Rachel Homan had a draw to the side button for 2. It was her first draw of the game, and and it looked like it as it sailed into the back 12. So 4-4, Anderson with the hammer. That game available, of course, on Sportsnet and Sportsnet Plus, as well as Home Team Live with no audio if you're not in Canada. And back to our feature game, Yuna Kotani looking for the Nicholas Sedin recommended shot here. Make a short little run back takeout and keep the shooter on the rings.
Weight looks good.
Yeah, weight looks really good. Can they hold the line though? Oh no.
Yikes.
Okay.
That is the worst case scenario. Black now lying 3 without hammer.
Otherwise they do it. Yeah. Even just a half top, hey? Yeah.
And this is going to be some work. They're going to need to make both of Sayaka's last 2 stones count just to get to an extra.
Okay. Yeah. Not Jill. Yeah. Right here. Make sure
And I think if Christina makes this draw, Brent, it's
tough time.
lights out in Twinkletown, as you would say.
Could be.
back at all since 2 ends ago.
Johnny Moe taught me that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Anything but heavy here, and you got a really good chance. Like if you drew beside your yellow one, that would be pretty good. Just past it might be the best spot for it, actually. Just bury an inch so that anything they get in behind there is really easy to remove, which makes a great tap with a red
Stay
one.
close, guys. Yeah, similar to that one before. You got it.
It's gotta like your chances right now if you're cheering for Team Black.
First rock, Christina Black, 8th end, leading by 2 and a chance to all but put this away. Just trying to draw to the top 4 foot here. Marley Powers on this one. Carly Everest too, looks maybe a little bit light. It's also curling. Can they get it there?
Just tap off, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. They lie 4.
I don't mind that shot at all.
Really chokes the draw path for Sayaka.
Just to make a perfect tap here and cross your fingers.
Just a pinch more weight because they did pound it. Right. Yeah.
They hit straight through the hole, get your shot?
True.
Through the reds? Looks like it does, eh?
And then I get around. Yeah.
And then she just comes down and taps either one of those anywhere though.
Yeah, and then you're dead.
Not a bad spot. Like, I can use
I'm not sure it's the best result.
Straight tap on this one, straight back to the 4 foot, and then she has a tap still, but you hope she doesn't get shot. You make this tap twice. That'd be a hell of a deuce.
This is a really nice throw. Thanks. Yeah. Great. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, I can just see it going sideways. Yeah. 15-1.
Yeah, it's very precise. You can't hit this anywhere on the outside or it's probably game over. It's not easy to get inside of it either.
Yeah, ちょっとレートだからちょっと見てだね。OK。あ、ちょっと広いかな。一本さばくしていい？
Very precise shot, no option. I don't see any other way to get one in there.
Well, if you only needed to score 1, maybe you'd have a different view of this shot, but they need both to count. So Sayaka Yoshimura just trying to give herself a chance. Needs a short tap to the 4 foot. It's about a 6 foot tap here. First stone, 8th end, down 2. Sweepers all over this.
Not to be.
And I think that's on the guard. Indeed it is, and I don't know. It's going to be very, very hard for Yoshimura to score 2 here. Does Christina Black even need to throw here?
I think you just
The tick
guard this
quad, yeah.
because she could probably do this.
That's close. I mean, they're heading in the right direction. I like where Christina's head's at.
Yeah. Yeah. 20.
Throw another one on that line anywhere from top 12 to back 12 weight. And
Same line as Marley's and Carly's.
I think you're going to see handshakes.
Yeah, you got to be feeling pretty good. We talked about this at the start of the game, but Christina Black had almost the most to gain from winning this Tier 2 Tour Challenge than any other team. She's ranked 33rd in the world, so almost certainly she would not have found her way to a slam without winning this. She's been in the Tier 2 Tour Challenge 6 times, has never made the final, and right now is standing on the edge of a date with the world's best at the WFG Masters in Guelph in January. Final stone here, and you get this guard just about anywhere, and I think it's curtains.
Sounds pretty good. You can hear the excitement in their voices.
Yeah.
I know that feeling's it's a good one.
Yeah. Probably the best spot for that, and I don't really know.
Oh, they're tapping like they have something, but
yeah, I mean,
the shooter coming in, the tick tick. Yeah, okay. I mean, I didn't see it, but I see what they're saying.
They told me for 20, and they both said 20. I think it was 15 and a half. It's like
you heard Christina say to Jill, "I can't believe I threw that perfect." Just probably how excited and how good she's feeling. Tough not to overthrow that one, and yeah, she did throw it perfect. Yoshimura is trying to paint some pictures here, but I think this looks more like a Jackson Pollock than a Monet.
And like they're doing like that, but I don't know how it ever hits this. Okay.
Well, they're trying to roll in with it.
Yeah, they also have to get those red one that they hit has to come into this 7, and that other one has to go hit that 2. Or I guess they might not need to get rid of that one. Yeah, they might not. Because they're going to come off the back of that 7.
Christina's talking like she thinks this is possible. And that's, when it's against you, anything
is possible, yeah.
Magic rocks are possible.
Every miracle is possible if it's against you.
If they score 2 here, we're going to need the replay. I can tell you that.
I genuinely don't know what they're calling. If they score 2 here, I'll be standing on my chair. I'll tell you that for free.
I think they're going to need to create a diversion to get 2 here and kick some rocks.
So I guess they're trying to run this red in. They think they can maybe get all 4 yellows and roll the shooter in. I don't know.
Off the back of the outside.
I guess we'll
line.
see.
The first one they hit goes and makes the double and comes straight back.
They're saying yes, like they know where they need to hit it. And they got the 1, but it'll be a steal of 3 for Christina Black, and you can hear the crowd here in Charlottetown, the Maritime Zone, Halifax's own Christina Black. It's the 6th time lucky. They're heading to the WFG Masters in Guelph, and there is the celebration. What a run for them here at the HearingLife Tier 2 Tour Challenge. The Loud Cup.
Break out the Loud Cups from the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd loves it. We love it up here. What a phenomenal week for the number 33 ranked team in the world. A true Cinderella story. We will see them in Guelph, and we will see you in Nisku. The Canadian Open, the Co-op Canadian Open, coming to you live in 3 weeks. We did it, Langer. Week 1 in the books.
We did it.
Slam number 1 in the books. Thanks to you for watching. Thanks to Brent Lang for being here all week long. Tyler George, Chelsea Carey, the whole crew at Home Team Live. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. We enjoyed bringing it to you. We'll see you in 3 weeks. Goodbye.